9:26 on your Thursday morning. Meredith with you. You're watching Breakfast Television. So glad that you are. We're continuing this conversation. Exactly 20 years ago, if you can believe it, Dove launched the first campaign for Real Beauty, a pioneering initiative that sought to challenge and redefine the industry beauty standards. And with the advent of AI, there is another hurdle to navigate around in 2024. We started this conversation last week on the show, and today we will continue with tech and digital wellness expert Lisa Chang and Dove Masterbrand lead Canada, Laura Douglas from Dove. Welcome back.
Thanks so much, Mayor.
I don't know if you felt it, but the discussion we had here last week, it really made some waves. This is a discussion that has been had and needs to keep being had, and Dove really at the helm of that. So, Lisa, let's dive in.
Sure.
AI, we've heard about it. We've all probably said it out loud. We might not exactly know what it is.
Right. And I think, to your point, we all need to sort of dive deep into what this is. It's sort of the newest, latest, greatest technology, and it's advancing faster than we can even keep up with. So what is AI specifically? AI, in the most simplest terms, artificial intelligence, is either a computer, a machine, a software that can really do things, learn, take commands, that would typically involve human intelligence. So it's sort of replacing what humans can do. And I think, in layman's terms, that's the easiest way to understand it.
And where are we going to see it pop up?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally everywhere. AI is going to become so integrated in our lives. And like I said, this is a technology that's advancing very quickly. So you're going to see it in certain sectors like healthcare and education. I know, we've already started to have conversations around that. And even
some of it's good.
And some of it is great.
I mean, in terms of the medical implications and even some of the workplace things we've talked about on the show, there's some efficiencies there. There's
Precisely.
Some, beautiful things to it, but.
Precisely. You hit it on the head. When it comes to efficiencies, AI is definitely going to take us there. But I think where we've started to see the most head-turning advancements are sort of where the art sector is concerned. So in things like entertainment and, photos and videos and things like that. Did the Pope really wear that designer jacket? Did Drake really make that, that track?
That diss track.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the content that we are consuming the most, this is where we need to start looking at AI a little bit deeper. When it comes to photos and videos specifically, what you're seeing here on the screen is exactly what I did with AI software last week. I took a regular picture of myself.
You?
That is me.
Oh, boy.
And this is really what I want to say, is that AI is sort of pushing the boundaries of creativity when it comes to generating very realistic images. This image of me, it's not real. But when it comes to the beauty standards that we're starting to see behind AI software, you're talking about an oversimplification of beauty. And this is becoming quite problematic. So when it comes to diversity, when it comes to just overall smoothing of skin, enlarging of eyes, removing of pores, is it really benefiting us in terms of our mental well-being? I think that's really what we need to look at and start having conversations around.
Yeah. Well, and I'm seeing this fact here, 90% of all images that we see in 2025 will be AI generated.
You got it.
Wow.
You got it. And I know Laura's going to speak more to this, but when it comes to the images that we are consuming, whether you're searching it or seeing it on your feed, 2 out of 5 women and young girls would physically alter their appearance based on what they're seeing of AI images already. So, beauty standards needs to become a huge part of the conversation, which I'm happy Dove is doing.
Yeah. Well, Laura, speak to that a little bit. I mean,
sure.
Dove has really been at the start. I can't believe that campaign was 20 years ago.
Crazy.
But that Real Beauty campaign, I mean, it just blew everything open, and it sort of forced other brands and conversations to join. I feel like this is where you're at again, ahead of this AI issue.
Yeah, exactly. 20 years and there's still a lot of work to be done. And we, Dove is the largest provider of self-esteem education in the world. And so I believe that we have a fiduciary responsibility to understand what's impacting young people's self-esteem and body confidence. And so this use of AI is putting images online and in their social media feeds. And 43% of our girls here in Canada feel the pressure to actually change their appearance, and they're crippled by that pressure, and they're doing something about it, to the point where just last year in 2023, again here in Canada, over 50,000 young people had injectable cosmetic procedures. And so that's really scary when you think about the implications. And that's why Dove is a brand that's doing something about it. And I'm so blessed to be able to steward this brand. And so far, with the resources that we've created with the world's leading psychologists and body image experts, we've created these tools that help increase their body confidence, their self-esteem, and a lot of that underlying work is actually building their social media and digital literacy skills so they can look at these images online and, whether they're created with AI and a beauty bias or not, to understand, why or how these images are manipulated or digitally distorted to really meet an unrealistic beauty standard or appearance and ideal. And I just feel so strongly that every single boy and girl across this country should have access to this education. And we as a brand, as Dove, has done a great job to reach 5 million young people, but we definitely can't do it alone, and we need to be having these conversations. And so one of my favorite tools that we've created is called our Confidence Kit, which is simply a guide for adults or parents to have this conversation with young people. And that's just what it is. It's how to have them, where to start, and to navigate it. And thank you both for having these conversations. And Meredith, I know you as a bonus mom, we're all influential, and we have young people that we're speaking to. So if we can all continue to champion that, I know that we can get ahead of this issue so it's less detrimental for the next generation.
Well, and this confidence kit, I mean, so many people just don't know where to start, right? If you're a parent, you're concerned, but you don't know what to do. So this is a great way to begin to have those conversations. And certainly, if you're involved with young people at all in your life, this is something of deep concern, major value, because, we as adults are going to be affected by this. Can't imagine what it's like, as teens coming up in this world. But glad that we're having these conversations, that you're doing the research as a brand to sort of inform us all. And I know we're going to keep having this on this couch. So thank you both for being here. Where can people find out more info about this, and then about you, Lisa?
So with Dove?
Yeah, so if you head over to our website, dove.ca/self-esteem, you'll find that confidence guide and conversation starter toolkit available for free download.
And then for myself, you can follow me at It's Lisa Chang. And like you said, Mayor, it's the most important work. We got to start having these conversations on a much wider scale, and I'm so glad we're doing it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. There's more
you.
Breakfast Television.